Tracy and the Big D here on a Wednesday night. Thanks for your company. Hope you can stick around. We're getting closer to that elusive number one song coming up, Trace.
It's getting very, very close. Are we going to see the same one?
Ooh,
never know.
We'll find out soon. Well, you've probably posted and told everyone anyway. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Golden Guitars next year. One of the finalists. One of the people there up for all of these awards.
Oh, come on. It's one of your favourites.
Oh,
come on.
She is.
Female Artist of the Year. What was the other one? I've forgotten already. The Heritage
Song of the Year. She's a superstar and she is one of my favourites, no doubt about it. And we're talking, of course, of Amber Lawrence. And I think it's the first time she's joined us at our new home here at Sunshine FM. Hey, Amber, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Congratulations on all the nominations.
Thank you. I was so happy to hear my name read out, and fingers crossed. Actually, I was thinking about it today. I think all the judging's now closed, so somebody knows.
That's right, and it must be something very special for you, Amber, for when they read out the Lifesaver. Tell us what you went through your mind when they actually called your name out for that particular song.
Oh, well, I just, literally spontaneously cried. So, nominations are great, and we want nominations, we want Female Artist of the Year, all of that, but this song, The Lifesaver, meant more to me than anything. It's my dad's story. It's a song that I wrote all by myself, just telling this interesting story about a surf lifesaver. And, Dad had a really interesting life that was, peppered with tragedy, unfortunately for him. But at the end of this song, there's this shining light of my mum, Miss Maroubra Beach. And so when I wrote that, I thought, I'll probably never record this. It's just for my family. And then people heard it and just were taken by the love story within the song, that my mum stood by my dad when he had a stroke and became disabled and life changed. So yeah, that was like the ultimate validation of that song for me. And also just this real, poignant moment for my family to be recognised in such a big scale. So it was amazing.
Well, I think it's sort of, to the fans out there as well, it shows a real side of the people themselves, and you sort of let us into your family a bit. And it's quite funny when you have a look at the two nominations. We have The Lifesaver, which is all about your dad, and if you hear that first, and then all of a sudden you've got superhero as well, Mum could be the superhero in the situation here. So, put the cape on Mum. Mum can have the cape for a little while.
Oh, look, she'll be ecstatic if my name gets called out on that night, but she loves being part of it and she's proud of it anyway. So yeah, she wears the cape always.
Yeah. So a big Tamworth up for you coming up this year?
Yeah, I've got my show on Friday, I think it's the 23rd at the Blazers showroom in the afternoon, 1:30, and that's looking good. Lots of people have bought tickets. It's a big theatre, so hopefully more will come along, and we just have a really great time. It's just such a great stage and sound and lighting, and it's one of the few times of the year where you can bring in the big band and, bring in all the players you like and the backing vocalists, because everyone's there in town.
Well, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and Elise Simmons just emailed me and said, can I please sing BBs in your band? I'm like, oh my God, all right, that's awesome.
The Amber Sympathy, the book we're coming out in Symphony.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
We feel like we get a real view into Amber Lawrence's behind the scenes when we hear an Amber Lawrence album. Last album, it was The Man Behind the Street. We heard Man Across the Street. We heard the story behind that with Amber Lawrence. You really give us an insight into your life when you sit down and write these songs. Is it always intended that way? I know you mentioned Lifesaver was just for you, but is it sometimes that it's just to get those lyrics out and it helps you through a certain stage?
I think, there's definitely an element of that in this new album too, of just those real highs and lows of life, of when you get to early 30s and you start looking around at your friends and you think, oh, have I made the right choices? And you're in these moments of not knowing if you've done the right thing. And so putting that into the album was a lot of honesty to help. That's the therapy. But the stories like The Lifesaver and The Man Across the Street, they've just been stories that I think are just so interesting that you had to write a song about them, and especially when you're sitting there kind of trying to think of something new to write, because now I've written, recorded 60 songs with these 4 albums, that you're actually trying to look for really interesting stories in your life. And lucky for me, I've had a few. I've had a few interesting moments.
Well, that's always good, though. It keeps everything different and alive. But I do have to congratulate you and ask you about your film clips, because we watch so many film clips all the time, and every time Amber Lawrence film clip comes out, it tells a story. They're awesome. Who does your film clips? And what's the ideas behind it? Like, do you come up with the ideas saying, I think I want that, or how does it all work for you?
Yeah, well, most of my clips have been done by Glenn Wilson. He's won a Golden Guitar for some videos he's done before. And Duncan Toombs did Superhero. Actually, I'm really bad at coming up with ideas for video clips, so I hire the people to come up with the ideas, you know, the producer, the director. I really can't see a song in movies. I just can't see that. So I have to rely on people. And, you know, the only time I step in is if they make me look really ugly on camera.
Or wear a long skirt.
Yeah, that's right.
I see the shorts have made their way back out.
Yes, it doesn't take long.
Well, it's summer. Well, what else can you do?
Yeah, that's right. Long skirt at the beach. How ridiculous.
Well, we wish you all the best with the rest of 2014, 2015 and Golden Guitars, because you reckon Mum's going to be a little excited if your name gets called out. I think we're going to be a little excited too, Amber.
I'll do a celebratory tour if I win, all right? And everywhere I go, I'll stop in at every radio station that supported me with a bottle of champagne.
Oh, that sounds like a date.
Can we do it?
We'll do it, done.
And we better send a cheerio out to two of your biggest fans, Glenda and Brenda. They're listening.
Yes,
Brendan and Glenda, they're listening
if they're
tonight.
Listening,
yes.
That's amazing, because I received a Christmas card from them today. So thank you, guys. You're such great supporters. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
They certainly are, and they just recently did the album review for us on Amber Lawrence too. So,
I know.
So that was pretty exciting, and it's great. So all the best, and I think we're going to have a listen to the Lifesaver right now.
We are.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you, mate. Here's Amber Lawrence with The Lifesaver.